Okay, welcome everyone. Sorry about the setbacks. I think we're just a few minutes behind, so I'm going to try to get going. So, if you join the live, let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you're joining from. Yet again, we're not at um, another stream. Let us know where you're joining from. If you join, let us know where you're joining from. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. Let us know where you're joining from today. Let us know where you're joining from. If you join, let us know where you're joining from, please. Let us know where you're joining from and let us know what your thoughts are. If you want to join the live, let us also the conversation. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. If you want to join, send me a DM. Okay. Send me a DM. Okay. We start in a few minutes. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be exploring a topic. I call it integrity, the open source. Integrity, the open source. And the theme is your character, your identity. So we're streaming across different platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. We do this every Sunday, 7 p.m. So feel free to always join. Every Sunday, 7 p.m., we are live on TikTok, we're live on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube. So you're all welcome. Let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know where you're joining us from. And thank you to everyone, those on TikTok, those on Facebook, those on YouTube. I can see you. Thank you for joining. So we'll crack on. Not everyone. Sorry, guys. 1 minute. Yeah. So remember what we discussed today. Today is our topic. Today is integrity, this open source, and the theme is your character, your identity. So before we dive in, please share this stream. Please share this stream. Just click on the share button. If you on TikTok, if you long press the screen, you see a repost button. If you're on Facebook, you'd see a share button. If you're on YouTube, you see a share button. Please share this stream. Someone would be blessed by you just sharing it. So I just want to encourage you guys, please take a moment. If you're on TikTok, just long press on the screen and you see a repost button. You can repost the stream. If you're on Facebook, just there should be a share button. Same thing on Facebook, on YouTube. Do the same thing, please. Share it so others can benefit and others can join. Remember that I put together a free ebook. If you're interested, send me a DM. It's a roadmap to financial freedom. So if you're interested, please send me a DM and we'll take it up from there. Okay, so I just want to start by saying that everyone wants success. Everybody wants success. Everyone wants influence. Everyone wants freedom. But the one ingredient that holds it all together is integrity. I call it integrity. I call it the open source. I call it the open source. So you lose it, you lose every single thing, and everything collapses. So it's very important. Integrity. So your character is who you are. Your character is who you are. Your identity flows from your character. Without integrity, identity becomes fragile. Without integrity, identity becomes fragile. So I'm just going to share a very quick story. Today, I'm sure you guys will agree with me. There are some world leaders that you know, after climbing very high levels in their careers, next thing you hear that they were pulled down for one thing that has to do with that their character was put to question. And the typical example, with all due respect, is Sepp Blatter. Once upon a time, he was a FIFA president, and all of a sudden he was pulled down because of integrity issues. When his integrity was undermined, and they put him back. I think someone else was Michel Platini. I think then UEFA, similar stuff. In the UK, you get some MPs at some point they're told to resign. Similar in Nigeria, but it happens that in Nigerian case they don't tend to resign. They keep doing what they're doing. Well, integrity is the moral fabric of the backbone behind every single thing. And if you lose that, you lose everything. So just going to define some key terms. We're going to define some key terms. Integrity aligns with your values, words, and your action. It means wholeness, no hidden crack. It means wholeness, no hidden crack. Another key word we're going to talk about today is character. Who you are. Character is who you are when no one is watching. When no one can see you, character is who you are. The sum of your value and habits is character. It is the sum total of value and habit. So then the phrase, integrity, the open source. The integrity, open source. So people often talk about secret sauce. When you hear people, they say, oh, the secret sauce, secret sauce. Oh, even to the point that Pepsi had to write on their bottle and say, we've got it, you know. So people always talk about secret sauce, secret sauce, secret sauce. But in my opinion, I see integrity as an open source. So integrity being open source is that hidden ingredient. Some people call, when they say secret sauce, is a hidden ingredient or strategy nobody knows, which makes success look mysterious. But integrity is not secret. Integrity is an open source. It's available, it's visible, and it's universal. Anyone can use it, anyone can see it. And if you can apply it consistently, it will always yield results in your life. So secret sauce is hidden. Remember, I said that. Exclusive and hard to access. Example, like I mentioned to you guys, Coca-Cola will hide their sauce, McDonald's will hide what it is, and all that. The outcome, it's only few people that know what it takes to get that recipe or that taste or what it is. But in this case, when something is open or when the source is open, it's visible to everyone, it's universal, it's easy to apply. And integrity is one of that. Integrity doesn't hide itself. It isn't how you treat people, keep promise, handle money, use power, and guard values. You know, that's what integrity is about. It's how you treat people, where you treat people, and the outcome of open source integrity is that anyone who applies it, anybody, irrespective of their race, irrespective of where they come from, anyone who applies it reaps trust, respect, stability, and influence. So, in other words, integrity is not a hidden secret. I've said that and I'll say it again. And I'll re-emphasize it. Integrity is not a hidden secret for the few. It's open for everyone. Use it. It's in your life and it will flavor your identity with trust. I said that again. Respect and lasting impact. So, integrity, the open source, like I mentioned, is flavors everything. When you're a man of integrity, you bring flavor to everything you do. You can't fake it for long, it will show. When you're a woman of integrity, people will know you for who you are. There's nothing that will be hidden, it will always be there. Your integrity is identity, is another word I'd like us to define. Your identity is shaped and sustained by your character. So notice that integrity and character are interwoven, they are linked. Integrity, character, they are interwoven, they are linked. So if character is rooted, is the root, identity is the fruit. If character is the root, identity is the fruit. So let's take it this way. Character is internal. Is your integrity, is your honesty, is your discipline, and your value. Identity is internal. Remember what we're talking about. The theme is your character, your identity, and the topic is integrity, the open source. So I'm not trying to make us understand character and identity. So identity is external. It's your reputation, it's your image, and it's the you people remember. Remember, guys, when somebody talks about character, I always say this. Most times, most often, people always start talking about the person's behavior, how the person looks, how the person behaves, how the person acts. When they are done describing the person's physical features, then they now start talking about the person. Sorry, when they're done with talking about the person's character and the person's, then they now start talking about the person. Oh, he's tall, or I think he's Caucasian, or I think he's from so country. So a character is your identity, is your definition. So without solid character, identity becomes unstable. You show one thing but leave another thing. That's when the character is not stable. With strong character, your identity becomes authentic. You are respected and you are lasting. So your character is who you are. I said it again. It's your identity, is who people say you are. So your character is a definition of yourself. If your character is strong, your identity will be secure. If your character is weak, your identity will eventually collapse. So I hope that the things that we're sharing is being a blessing to us. And like I always say, everything I share with you guys is like a wake-up call and a challenge for me to improve and get better at whatever I do. So just going to wrap this up together. So there are some key points I want to discuss. Point one, integrity is greater than talent. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what I'm saying. Balotelli, once upon a time, Manchester City player, amazing. As I remember when he was in Inter Milan, Mourinho worked with him and he messed up Chelsea one way or the other. But this gentleman came to Manchester City, and as you all know, he struggled because of his character. In addition to everything, the team coach will say, don't go to club before training. He will go to club and, as he said, you come with the cash, the fine. So I believe that his character robbed him of his potentials. Another person I think that is along that line, people like Luis Suarez, I think that his character would have helped him. And I'm sure you guys would agree. People like, what's his name? The guy that has moved to Chelsea now from Manchester City, Man U. I think his character is another problem. So character is important. So his integrity or character is greater than talent. Talent may get you into the room. Integrity keeps you there. Many lose opportunity not because of their lack skill, but because of lack of trust. So when your character is becoming deficient, people can't trust you and they don't want to deal with you anymore. So integrity builds trust and identity. Integrity builds trust and identity. Trust is the currency of relationship and professional. So I always say to people, you can't buy trust in the market, you earn it. So it's important that you always have to make sure that you are working on what to make people keep trusting you. So remember that if once you lose your trust, the trust we have for you, you're going to find it difficult to gain it back. So it's very, very important. Without integrity, the identity is unstable. People won't know the real you. So if you don't have integrity, people can't trust you. They can't even leave anything with you. They can't even want to deal with you. Either your workplace, either your business, either you're someone, you're working on a job, and you tell your client, oh, it's going to be ready in 4 days' time. And in 2 weeks, you have not delivered. In 2 months, you have not delivered. You've lost any trust whatsoever. No matter how good you are or whatever you do, you've lost the trust. It takes the grace of God for people like that to remain on and keep assisting you. One other point is that integrity protects your future. Integrity protects your future. Reputation can be damaged, but one wrong choice. Reputation can be damaged by one wrong choice. If you make one wrong choice, remember I just mentioned, a lot of people like tailors or handyman or whatever, they lose their reputation by one wrong choice. So if you have a good integrity, it will protect your future. Character is like a fence. Character is like a fence. It takes years to build, seconds to break down. So it's important that we watch these things so that we can keep improving ourselves. So I want to say another point again on top of my mind. Integrity is tested in small things. Integrity is tested in small things. Lying, just a little. Stealing, just a little. Cutting corners, just a little. Small cracks eventually bring the whole wall down. Small cracks eventually bring the whole wall down. One thing I want to say about lying, when you lie and you make lying a habit, you might not remember what you said yesterday to be consistent with the lie. And when people find out that you are known that you lie, they start even when you are even when you don't lie again, there's always that thing in them. When they've discovered that you had lied before, there's no more trust. And when there's no trust, people now find it difficult to work with you. It's important that we are always people of integrity and people of character. So there are 3 integrity tests, according to Myles Munroe, that I want to share with you guys. I'm sure a lot of you know I'm a student of Myles Munroe. So, and this true measure is a true measure of a man's character. It's reviewed when, 1, people are tested by what? Power. People are tested by money, and people are tested by access to sex. These three things. So I want to encourage us, and a true man's reflection or a man's integrity, a man's character is tested by these three things. So one, we'll start with power. So what you do when you are in charge, what you do when you're in charge. Integrity means using power to serve, not exploit people. Using power to serve, not exploit people. Many fall when they think no one can question them. I'm sure you guys can attest to some of this. You're in some country, in a part of your world, and the police will try to show you, do you know who I am? Do you know what I can do to you? Even just a staff in a hospital or a staff somewhere, because they've been given a position of power, they want to use that as an opportunity to show you. A typical example is what happened in Ibom Air on the plane. The lady, the air hostess, because she had some contact and she can put a call through to the security for them to do what they want, they messed up that lady. So power is best tested. Sorry, a man's integrity or character is best tested when they are given power. What would you do when you're in charge? Please make the right decision. Another thing, test is money. 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 How do you handle resources? How do you handle money? How do you handle money when you're given to you? Integrity means being faithful in little before you are entrusted with much. You are given the opportunity to be a local government chairman, to be a politician, to represent people. How do you handle the money that is given to you? How do you do that? You are given a position to be in a company, to work in to handle resources. What do you do with that? Money reveals whether your values are real or negotiable. Money will reveal that. So don't fall. If you call yourself a man of integrity, call a man of character, money will show. So I pray that you make the right decision when you're given a position of power and given a position of a situation where you have money. Another thing is access to sex. People's characters are best tested when there's an opportunity to have sex, with someone. They make wrong choices or because of that. So I pray that will not be the case of anyone. So my question to you is, what do you do when given opportunity for moral compromise? Some people, I remember those days back in the days when universities, lecturers, because they have access to sex, they will undermine students' results or put the students under pressure just so that they can sleep with them, or so that they put them under that pressure. So those students because those students, they've not worked on their character, they easily give in to that pressure for sex. You can see a student has a bad grade, coming to find out about their grade. Their grades are poor. You now say to them, oh, meet me in this hotel or something. Even at work, people do it. You see a friend of mine was telling me just lately that his sister was being approached by someone. I said to him, I'm married. And the person said to him, and so. So people's characters are best tested when there's access to sex. Integrity means honoring yourself and others, not using desires as an excuse. A lot of people, sometimes it's always said that they think with their private organ, their private part, and not with their mind. They can do all manner of things, and later on, they can just do it and think later. I pray that as you're listening to this, it'll be challenging you for us to make the right choices and for us not to fail the test of integrity or character. History is full of leaders that are destroyed by this single failure. I'm sure I can name them all over. All through scriptures, they're everywhere. People that have fallen, their values have fallen for either power, money, or sex. Think about it. Virtually everyone that you might have seen is one of these three things: either power, money, or sex. Most times, a lot of people fall for it. Even MPs, you see, the point anything they say there's a scandal. This one has gone into this scandal, this politician, that scandal. Is it that money? Is it that power? Is it that abuse of power? Is it that sex? I pray that we're learning from the things that we're sharing today. So which of these tests challenges you the most right now? We all know, thanks for the share. We all know what we are going through. We all know what our situation is. Let us continuously improve on our integrity and our character so that we don't fall for any of these tests. Remember what I said? Three things that challenge, that can use to test your character is: one, power. What do you do when you have power? What do you do when you have money? Two, money. And the third thing is, what do you do when you have access to sex? So like I mentioned to you guys, I'm a student of Masboro, and I'm going to just chip some of these. These are key points. I'm going to touch them. Character and integrity are interwoven. I've mentioned that already. And one person that all over him encapsulates character is Nelson Mandela. if you watch this life, you always know. He's someone that, in spite of the fact that he could compromise and think of himself for 18 good years, he refused to shake, and he stuck to what his desires are, and he was consistent. So, guys, I hope that it inspires you. You smoke or you drink alcohol, but you don't want your children to do the same thing. It's not going to work. You cannot say to them, "Do what I do." Don't do what I do, or do what I say, but don't do what I do. A lot of people do what you do more than what you say. So it's important that we remember that. So I mentioned that we need to expose ourselves to temptations or to tests that will keep challenging our character, which should help us to make us know whether we are still in line. It's very, very important. So if you value your marriage, like I mentioned, you will not cheat. So when the Bible says one thing, and it's very profound, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. It looks very simple, but it's very profound. You won't dress naked. If you're someone that you value yourself, you are a person of integrity, you will not dress naked, your breasts will not be all over the place, you'll be decent, you wear clothes that go up to your knee level, you value yourself. If you're a person of integrity, it's very important. So be dedicated to standards. If you're a person of integrity, you'll be dedicated to keeping to the standards that you have agreed with people. If you say you're going to do this, you keep to that. Even if I used to say to people, under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. It will help you. You live with your life. A lot of people look at your life, and they look at your life and they make a decision. So your life weighs your words. Your words is your life. The things you say, your words mean nothing. If you say something and it means nothing, people will know. Your life will just show. If people can tell whether your words mean something by the way you live your life. So it's very important that we make sure that our life is a mirror of our words, or our words is a mirror of the way we live our life. So character will protect your words. The more you're a man of character, a woman of character, when you say things, people go by it. A person of character doesn't care about private life. A lot of people always say, "Oh, leave my private life alone." No. If you're a person of character, you won't care. I remember Bishop Edebo was saying one time that he saw himself in a remote area in Germany, and he had the opportunity there, if he wanted, to do whatever he wanted to do there. But all of a sudden, he got a phone call from someone in the receptionist saying, "Oh, somebody wants to see you." And say, "Who knows me in this kind of area?" And only for the person to say, "Bishop, I'm downstairs. Can we come upstairs?" He was like, imagine that he had a side chick. Imagine that he was smoking. Imagine that he was doing one thing or the other. This has to do with consistency in character. When nobody can see you, what would you do? Never do anything. I always say to people, as if you are young, keep your virginity. Don't lose it, because you don't want to have wrong memories as you're growing. The ability for you to keep your integrity, your virginity, and to keep it till you get married is a true test of your character and your value. So character gives you good memories, and I pray that we'll make the most of it. As we wrap up, I want to say this: what should you do? Define your values. Define your values. Write down non-negotiable things: honesty, loyalty, faithfulness, discipline. There are things that are non-negotiable for me now. It's not a brag. You never hear that I slept with another man's wife. It's out of the equation. I don't even have time. I'm thinking too much on the things that I have to do than to bring myself down to the point where I'll be looking at a woman and say, "Hello, how are you?" No. So write down, define your values, define them. And once you define them, to be honest, guys, it's not easy to define those values if you don't follow the dictates the way it is in the Bible. If you follow the way it is in the Bible, you'll be a honest man, you'll be loyal, you'll be faithful, and you'll be disciplined. It's very important. Step 2, be accountable. I always have mentors for virtually everything that I do. So when you have mentors or you're in a community, they will help you, they will challenge you. They will say to you X, they will say to you Y, you should do this way. I think you should do that way. It's important. First point I mentioned is what? Define your values. Second point I mentioned is be accountable to people. Don't be a man on an island. Another thing is, again, practice consistency. Practice what? Consistency. Don't wait for big tests. Practice consistency in your daily choices. Don't wait for big tests. Tell somebody, "Oh, I'm going to be there tomorrow," and make sure you are there tomorrow. Tell somebody, I'm going to do that for you, and make sure you do those things. Practice them, and that way you build trust. I always say to people, and that's my next point, think legacy. Think legacy. What do you want people to remember you for when you're gone? What is that thing? I always say to people, I got inspiration from John Maxwell's book. He said his PA gave him a book, and that book, when he opened it, it was blank, and the PA said to him, write what you want your life to be. You have the word to write it. Write what do you want people to know you for? Write it down. So whatever it is that you want people to know you for, write them down. Write them down. I want to be known as X. I want to be known as Y. Get a book. Start writing your life story. Remember that what people will say about you when you are no more. When you are no more, is how you made of your life. Tomorrow is the seed of yesterday. Sorry, today is a seed of yesterday, and tomorrow will be the seeds of today. What you plant today, the kind of life you live today, the way you treated people, how you behave on your job, how you behave in your business, the way you take a customer's orders, how you treat people, whether people that are lower than you, people that are higher than you, will determine what your life will be and what people will say about you. As I wrap up this, your character is a true identity, your true identity. When somebody talk about who is Onyekwelo, they start thinking about is a rude person or is a bad person. They will mention all what I'm all about first before they now say, oh, I think he's from Nigeria, or I think he's this, or maybe, it's like, I think he has a wife. Your character is your identity. Integrity is the open source. I've said it and say it. It's available for everybody, it's not hidden. So take advantage of it. Without it, everything falls. Everything else falls apart. And I pray that will not be the case of anyone. So yeah, we're going to move on to the conversation aspect of this session. If you have indicated interest that you want to join, send me a message. I'm going to post, I hope that you guys can see it. I hope to post a link so that you guys can join, or send me a message and I can add you. Remember what I said, if you want my free ebook, Roadmap to Financial Freedom, please send me a message. If you want to book a 10 minutes free call with, send me a DM as well so we can have a conversation and talk about your business. Guys, we have a community of like-minded people. Send a DM so you can join. This live stream is sponsored by The Hair You Love. So they make wigs, they make bundles. Feel free to look them up at The Hair You Love. It's DHAIRULUV, at The Hair You Love. And it's also sponsored by D610 Homes. Shortlets, they do shortlets, they do real estate investment, both in the United Kingdom and in Nigeria. So, and lastly, Love Family Podcast is a podcast where we discuss all things family. So this event was put together by this live stream is sponsored by these two organizations. So I hope that you guys have learned a thing or two as we have come to creative aspect of today's session. Send me a message if you want to join the live, and let us have a quick conversation. So, and let's take it to the next level. Yeah, send me a message, guys, if you want to join the live. Send me a message. Let me see if I can find where did I put that? Sorry guys, let me send you guys those on Facebook. Let me just see if I can find it. If you want to join the live, send me a message, send me a DM so I can add you on. I would love to hear your opinions about the things that have been shared. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have questions, feel free to ask. If you have thoughts, feel free to ask. You can join via TikTok. You can join you can ask via Facebook and TikTok mostly if you want to contribute. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me see if I can send you guys a link for those that are on Facebook. Or yes, please join in. Let us contribute. I want to hear your voices, please. I'm going to send a link on. Let me see if I can send it here. Let me see if I can send it here. ID overlay. Okay, I'm going private chat. No, I'm going to do private chat. Talk privately with the most and others. Okay, I'm going to put it on Facebook. I'll put it on YouTube so you guys can join and contribute. Let me send a message. So if you're on Facebook, please. Okay, that's done. If you're on Facebook, I'm going to send a link. Then you can join with that link and contribute. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your contributions. Please send. What's it called? Join with the link and let us hear you, because we've had issues in the past. People say they can't hear those on YouTube, so we're using a different what's it called, streaming software. So guys, I'm about to post. I want to hear contributions from you guys. Please, I just dropped a link. I'm about to drop a link on. Okay, how do I do that? Thank you. Thank you, Chika. Thank you, Ms. Josephine. Thank you, Ilonana. Thank you. All, I can hear you. I can see you. Other. I drop this. Okay, if you're on Facebook, I just dropped a link. If you click on that link, it will bring you to the studio. Then you can join. Let me see if I could. The same thing. I can drop the same thing on YouTube. If you want to join the live stream, guys, and you're on YouTube, I'll click on the link. I'll send a link, but it will bring you to Facebook or to bring you to the studio so you can join. If you're on TikTok and you want to join as well, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to add someone and I want to hear your voice because you're someone that. Yes, guys. If you are join the stream, let us hear. Mr. Caleb, can you hear me? I just added you. Let's join. Let's use the link to join. If I added you, Mr. Caleb, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Caleb. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing? How's your family?
They are all doing fine, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to hear your opinion about today's topic because my dealings with you, I always say to people that you're not an angel, but my dealings with you is because of your character and because of your personality. And I want to hear your thoughts about this topic in general before I can ask you a question or two. You're a man. I don't want to speak. You let's share your thoughts. Then I can maybe share a thing about you. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good evening, all. A character is an. I cannot say it's an. I can say maybe it's an inbuilt, but and in another way, it's what you determine you want to be. I grew up in a family that says, my father and my mother used to say is that what they used to say is that don't be the first person to tarnish the name of the family. Because once they want to make a reference, you are the first person that will say this is the black sheep. So we grew up nobody want to be the first person to tarnish the name of a family. They always tell us that always be good, be good. That there is always a price, as in there is always, you will reap anything you do. If you do good, you reap good. When you do bad, you reap bad. So one thing I always take it at the back of my mind is that when you do good, you deprive yourself from so many things. When you do bad, anytime you will never have peace of mind, because when you sit down, the person may not know, but you personally, you don't have peace of mind because you will be thinking I've done this man bad, even when he's not aware. I've done this man bad. Look at the way he's looking at me. Or did he dictate? Or maybe he's giving me time to confess. So what I'm saying is that you don't have peace of mind. You will never have peace in your heart. So the best thing is just be free. Always do the right thing. And even if you are not rich, if you don't have money, but sincerely speaking, your integrity, you'll be a man of integrity. There's one thing I always understand, I always know is that whatever you do is like you don't pretend you are rich. People knows that you are rich. You don't pretend, because I've never seen Babangida. I only heard of Babangida. But when you talk of Babangida, I know that Babangida is a wealthy man. So also you don't pretend when you are not, you don't have an integrity or a character and always pretend that you have. People will always know nothing is hidden in this life and nothing is hidden in this world. Sincerely speaking, sir, with what I've learned from my parents and also with you, after God, my parent, you are the next person that has also impacted so many things in my life. So I will forever appreciate you, sir. I'm not saying it in your presence, even at your back and other things. I say what you've impacted in me. Sincerely speaking, I don't even have anything to pay back, except it is always God that will pay back. So it is good to keep your integrity intact, because there is a pay time. Even God himself will pay you. If other people also, you don't know the plan they have for you. Thank you, sir. I think for now, is what I have, sir.
Yeah, before you go, there are some maybe two questions I want to ask you based on my relationship with you, and because I like it practical the way you're putting it down. Let it not look as if we are just teaching what is not attainable. You understand it? So I worked with you when I first met you, I worked with you for months without seeing you face to face. We did some money transactions, sent you money, and you went ahead and did those things. And then you told me at some point when you went on another job, you said something about where you're working. There was some connivance with some staff in that company, and they were swindling the owner of the place and all that. And you couldn't bear it. You told the owner he was not making it, he didn't want to be a part of it, and you resigned that job. Can you share your thoughts? Why is it that a lot of people that I know don't even work with, they don't want to use their ear and hear anything that they are working with people back home, because of a lot of people have messed up the trust they had on them. But my relationship with you has been on and keep going on. You don't know me. You could have well taken that money and you run away, but you didn't do that. Why? That's one. Secondly, is that can you also share about that story, about that situation very quickly? A lot of people might learn from the things that you did. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Thank you, Voxter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I work with a company. I think I started work February. They employ me as a driver or in a company. I don't want to mention the name of the company, but the owner of the company is a pastor. So he told me these are my lines of duty and other things. He gave me my own restriction on my area of job. So I don't want to go beyond the area of job. So when I go get into that company, I discover a lot of things happening there. A lot of stealing, a lot of gossiping, a lot of manipulation. So at that company, they feed us there. We don't go out. from work we come, maybe I go to see my family after 2 weeks. So I discovered that within a month, they've run a business of over 5 million there. Now, I want to open up and tell the owner of the company, but I should also observe and know if the owner of the company is also sincere. Although he's a pastor, but there's one thing I discovered from him. He will call me and ask me something. He also called the other manager and tell him bad thing about me. I understand he don't want us to cooperate. But before I go there, I told him, this is my own principle here, and I will not go beyond it. And the person that brought me told him that this is the person she's bringing to this place. Now, after all those things, I discovered that the man has one problem, sir, because he never knew I can speak Yoruba. He's into all these tribal problems. He discussed, because most of the people working there, they are Yorubas. So he discussed with them and tell them what they tell him, that's what he accepts. So they were telling him bad thing about me because I am their problem there. They are scared of me. They don't know what I can tell him. So they tell him bad thing. Without investigating, he was also against me. So there was a day we went out for marketing. I think on the history of that company, I went out, our market is product. We sell the highest product there. But anytime we sell, the manager will push the glory to himself. I don't talk. So I wanted to open up and tell him, I say, excuse sir, I have something to tell you about your company. Then he told me that, who are you to tell me what to do in my company? I only employ you to work. You don't have anything to tell me. I hold it to myself. Now, sir, for me to continue working there, even if I am pure, one day they may implicate me. I feel it is better I tender my resignation letter. So he knew I wanted to resign. They told him, but what he said that he is not going to accept my resignation. That he's not going to accept my resignation that until he get another person to replace me. So I knew that was his plan, and that they are going to implicate me. So I now kept quiet. One day, after you come back, I just tender my resignation to him, and he said he's not going to accept the resignation. I tendered the resignation and left. And he said he's not going to pay me my salary. I say with the salary and everything, he should hold my salary. So after I left that job, after some time, he discussed with some of his customers and everybody. They were asking after me. Then later on, they tell him that man you drop, you make a mistake of driving that man. And he told me that since from the day he drove, I left that company, he lost over 10 million in that company. That was when he realized that he made a mistake in driving to. Sir, I want to tell you, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, he sent somebody to call me that he is going to increase my wages, that please I should come back. I told him that I cannot come back to your place of work. I've left that place, and where I am comfortable. I've been working with him for close to 10 years. I've never had any problem with him. That is just.
Thank you very much.
And that is how it's.
Thank you for the things you shared, and I'm sure a lot of people are.
So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that. What I'm saying in a nutshell, I'm not saying that I'm 100%, but I am trying my best to keep my integrity and name. You always say something, sir, that your integrity is just like an egg. Once it broke, you cannot pick it all again. That trust I gave to you will not come. So I always try my possible best. Not that we don't make mistakes. There are mistakes, but you try your possible best and do the right thing, sir.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that these things you share them, because we want these things to be real so people can relate with them. You know, people are given opportunity in their office, their place of work. They're given a task of maybe, let's say, for instance, £500. They're looking for how to take 50 inside, or 40 or 30, or they're given opportunities to do an assignment for 5 million naira. They're looking for how to take and everything. Remember, I always say, people, a man's integrity is best tested when nobody can see you. When nobody can see you. So the reason I brought you up, and the reason I thank you for all the things you shared, so people can see that these things are doable, not necessarily at a high level. You can start that at a lower level in different job. It is when you are a man of integrity, or your character is consistent, that more responsibility is given to you. More responsibility given to you. You know, I don't want to big up myself. I don't want to make this all about myself. But I remember when my dad gave me like a lot of money to go to China to do procurement for the hotel. By the way, guys, I'm in Enugu, so I'm streaming from Enugu. Enugu is a southeastern part of Nigeria. That's where I'm at now, streaming. So maybe I don't know where next I'm going to be, but I think I'll be in Abuja soon. Tomorrow, yes. So remember, my dad gave me that responsibility to give me a lot of money, you know, to go and procure things for the hotel. I could just use this money, make a way, do one of stuff, enjoy myself. And I don't forget, I have a friend, and I still have him. You know, I remember transferring $50,000 in his account. I met him from university. I don't know where he lives in China. I just, because of my relationship with him, I said, let me just try. It was a gamble. I sent $50,000 to this gentleman, and he gave me every penny. I don't forget that. I've done a podcast about it. I'll put it live on a podcast station soon. He gave me every penny. There are some people that they don't even need $50,000. Just $1,000, they are gone. And money is not their problem. To say maybe they are poor. No. It's a character problem, it's an integrity problem. This gentleman gave me $50,000, all complete, nothing missing. And I was able to execute the assignment that my father sent me to go do. And today that hotel is up and running. Then when the opportunity came to develop the estate we're developing in Abuja, and I presented my proposal to him saying, can we get this done? Can you let me do this? Because Bible says, if you are faithful in small, you'll be faithful in big. It says, if you are not faithful in another man's own, who will give you your own? It's the book of John. If you're not faithful in another man's responsibility, you go to some offices, you're working for somebody, you're using the person's work time in the work to do things of your own. And you expect that, because they can't see, they can't do anything, that nothing's going to happen. No, you're never going to get your own company. You have to be diligent in the assignment you're given. Be diligent. So when you're thinking of downsizing anybody, your name will not be mentioned. So this thing we're talking about today is not any religious anything, is a life. When a man has high integrity, the man's character is consistent, doors will open for you. So as we wrap up, don't forget this word. Remember what we discussed. Integrity, the open source. Integrity, open source. So remember this word, S-A-U-C-E. That's source. S-A-U-C-E. That's source. So we're going to say that S stands for what? Stand on your value. S means stand on your value. Stand on your, as I recap, stand on your value. Define your non-negotiables. Like I said to you, my non-negotiable is that no matter what, I will not sleep with any other man and any other woman. So those people that are always saying, side chick is important, or having a partner or lady aside from home is important, is absolutely no and not true and not correct. So stand on your values. My values is that if I say to somebody, I'm going to do this, I keep to it. Stand on your values. A stands for accountability. Accountability, we discussed this. Surround yourself with mentors and with people that will challenge you. People that will challenge you. That's A. U stands for what? Unseen consistency. Unseen consistency. Do the right thing even when nobody can see you. Even when nobody can see you. Even though I know that I'm in this hotel room and I can go down and get a lady and come and sleep with her here and my wife will not catch me. No. Consistency means that you do things when nobody can see you. You cheat on your spouse, you cheat on your husband, cheat on your wife, with nobody can see you. That is, you are digging your own grave, gradually digging your own grave. So C stands for what? Character before talent. Character before talent. Who you are matters. Who you are matters more than what you can do. Who you are matters what you can do. We discussed this earlier. This is just a recap. Another thing is internal legacy. Internal legacy. Internal legacy. Think long term. In everything you do, think long term. What will you be remembered for? What would you remember? Thank you, Amaloji. What would you remember for? What would you remember for? And remember, guys, your character will determine where you spend eternity, whether you agree with what the Bible says or you don't agree with what the Bible says. Character will determine where you spend eternity. So it's important that we work on our character and work on our integrity so that it can keep yielding for us. So if you live by source, that's SAUCE. I'll take it again. Stand on your values, be accountable, unseen consistency, character before talent, and EU stands for internal legacy. If you stick by this, your life will always have the right flavor. Your life will always have the right flavor. And I wrap up with this again. 1, I starts inside out living. Character is inside and shapes the identity that people can see outside. Work on your character. Be a man of or a woman of, when you say something, when the Bible puts it, say, let your yes be yes. It looks very small, but it's very profound. If you say to somebody, I will do it, let it be yes. Let it not be that when you come, you start dilly-dallying, no. Let your yes be yes. Stick to that thing. If you can make it happen, make it happen. If you can't make it happen, go back to that person in dignity and say, please, I promise you that I'm going to do this, but I can't do it, please, for one reason or the other. Perhaps I can make it up to you or one thing. But don't be a man, you say something and tomorrow you're nowhere to be found. No, that's not character. Remember, guys, integrity is tested by what? Power, money, and access to sex. Remember, don't forget that. We discussed that earlier, and you can watch this all over again if you missed what we discussed earlier. So the third thing that we discussed is that integrity impacts your legacy. Build trust today that outlives you tomorrow. Build trust today that outlives you tomorrow. Remember, guys, integrity secures your identity, and identity shapes your legacy. Integrity secures identity, and identity shapes your legacy. So thank you very much for joining this live. I hope that you learned a thing or two. Thank you to all that were active. I can see your messages. Thank you to Vembe. Thank you, Chika. Thank you, Nana. Thank you to Joy Asai. Thank you, Lord Jilly. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you to Top Beans, Itunu. Thank you, Robin Banks. Thank you, Okulu. And as many of you that joined, thank you very much for joining this live. Even those that joined on YouTube, thank you very much. So I just want to say a big thank you to my team, to Venus. She's the one that puts this thing up, and they're working behind the scenes. Thank you to my wife and children. They're always supporting. Thank you to friends and colleagues and to everyone that has been a part of this. If you find what we're doing helpful, please like it. There's a like button on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere, on TikTok. Like it and follow this page. If you have not yet followed this page, follow this page. Just click on the follow button so that more people can see. Share it, please. Share this video. If you're on TikTok, long press the screen and you see a repost button. If you're on Facebook, there should be a repost button. Share this so that more people can join and more people can watch. Those that miss this live session, they can be a part of it. Keep tapping on the screen so that more people the lights can come so more people can be a part of it. If you've learned anything, type in the comment section your biggest takeaway today. If you learned anything, type in the comment section your biggest takeaway today. And then let's see what, let us know. Joy says, Josephine says, thank you so much for another inspiring moment. I learned so much. Thank you very much, guys. So please don't forget, share what you've learned today so some other people can be blessed. So see you next time, 7 p.m. UK time, and we have another topic for you. We're going to discuss gratitude next Sunday. Gratitude next Sunday, same time. Remember, guys, if you want the roadmap, the e-book that I've created, Roadmap to Financial Freedom, send me a DM. If you want to have a conversation about your business or anything, send me a DM and we can have 10 minutes free consultation. I set up a community that would help us to stay on fire. Send me a DM so I can add you on that community. So remember, today's live stream was sponsored by The Hair You Love, by D610 Homes, and by Love Family Podcast. Please check them all out, and I'm sure that you can be blessed by them. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Remember, I always say, the wise always invest. The wise always invest. Invest in your character so that you're a man of integrity or you're a woman of integrity, and you can never go wrong. Thank you very much. Peace, and I'm out. See you next Sunday. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.